Hello everyone, myself Shweta Shah and I am your instructor for the subject microprocessor and microcontroller. In this subject we have started unit 1, that is introduction to microprocessor 8085. In this session we are going to see the microcomputer system. So let me first see what are the outlines for this session. These are like, first we will see the microcomputer system, different types of systems we will see first. Then we will see the features and characteristics of the microcomputer. Then we will see the uses of microcomputer and the difference between the microprocessor and microcontroller. Then we will see the disadvantage of the microprocessor and what is the advantages of the microcontroller based system. Okay, so let me first start with the microcomputer system. There are different types of microcomputer systems like personal computer, mainframe computer, mini computer or supercomputer. If we consider the personal computer system, then it is the most common type of the computer that we are using. Whatever we are using for our daily routine as a computer, that is our personal computer. Then these computers are more powerful than those that we are using few years ago because of the advancement in the processors inside that we are using. Okay, not only do this machine enable the people to do their jobs with the greater ease and efficient, but they can also be used to communicate, produce music, like edit photographs and videos and so on. These are our personal computers. And the main component of this personal computer is the system unit that you can see as a CPU. Second type or second consideration is the mainframe computer. In mainframe computers are used in large organizations such as insurance companies and banks and so on, where many peoples are frequently needed to use the same data. At that time you can use this mainframe computer. In a traditional mainframe environment, each user access the mainframe resources through a device known as a terminal, and there are mainly two types of terminal. First one is a dumb terminal. A dumb terminal does not process or store the data. It's simply an input output device that functions as a window into a computer located somewhere else. Okay, so this is the dumb terminal where you can just do the input and output. And second terminal is the intelligent terminal. It can perform some processing operation, but it usually does not have any storage. Okay, so in some mainframe environment, however, the workers can use the standard personal computer to access the mainframe. Okay, so your dumb terminal, you can use your basic system personal computers also. Okay, so this is the basically your mainframe computers which we can use in larger organizations like insurance or bank companies. Next type is the mini computer. This one was first released in 1960s, and this name mini computer is used because of its size. It is smaller in size as compared to other computers of that time. Okay, the capabilities of mini computers are somewhere between the mainframe and the personal computer, and for this reason mini computers are also known as a mid-range computer. Next type we can consider is the supercomputer, and these supercomputers are the most powerful computer that we have made, and physically that are of larger size. Okay, and the system can process huge amount of data and that are the faster, okay, as compared to the other types, and this can perform like more than 1 trillion calculation per second. Okay, so basically you can classify these systems like personal computer, mainframe computer, mini computer or the supercomputer. Okay, and next we will see the features and the characteristics of the microcomputer system. If we consider then the features, then it has a limited input output device, smaller in size and lower in the cost. It will have a lower storage capacity. It will has a limited range of software that you can use inside the microcomputer system, and one user at a time. You can provide only one user at a time. It is easy to use it will require low computing power and commonly used for the personal application. Okay, so these are the basic feature, or you can say characteristic, of the microcomputer system. Okay, if we consider the use of this microcomputer, then you can use this at your home, at your business, in education systems, in offices, in restaurant and ticket counters, hospital, etc. Okay, so there is vast range of applications are available for this microcomputer system. Next, we'll see the microcontroller. So a microcontroller is a small and the low-cost microcomputer which is designated to perform a specific task of the embedded system, like displaying microwaves information or receiving the remote signal, etc. So it is basically application specific. The general microcontroller is consisting of the processor unit plus memory, like it can also contain RAM or ROM, and some serial ports for the connection for the peripherals, and some peripherals like timers and counters that are inbuilt connected or inbuilt design on the chip. So this is the block diagram for the microcontroller, where you have MPU, that is your processing unit, or you can consider it as a microprocessor unit, then memory unit, IO unit, and some peripheral devices like timers and serial IOs and A to D converters, port, and so on. So this is your basic microcontroller chip, that is MPU plus some other things. If we consider the basic difference between the microprocessor and the microcontroller, then we can say it like that. If we consider a microprocessor, then it contains ALU, general purpose resistors, stack pointers, program counters, clocks, and timing or interrupt circuit, and so on. Whereas if we consider the microcontroller, then it contains the circuitry of microprocessor, as well as in addition to that it has inbuilt ROM, IO devices, timers, and counters. Okay, if we consider the second difference, then it in microprocessor it has a too many instruction to move the data from CPU to memory or memory to CPU. Okay, whereas in microcontroller there is only one or two instructions are available for the moving data from CPU to memory or memory to CPU. Okay, next difference, if we consider, then it has if we consider microprocessor, then it has a 2 or 1 bit handling instructions, whereas the microcontroller has many bit handling instructions. That means you can perform on a single bit in microcontroller, whereas in microprocessor you have limited instructions to perform on bits. Okay, next, if we consider, then the access time for the memory and IO device is more on the microprocessor, whereas in microcontroller these things are available inside, or you can say inbuilt on the chip, so the access time will be less as compared to processor. In microprocessor system, it will require more hardware, that is you have to connect external peripherals like IOs and memories and all other peripherals, whereas in microcontroller you have already have inbuilt some devices like memory and IOs, so it will require lesser hardware to connect with this external. Okay, and so it will reduce the size of the PCB. Whenever you are considering whole system, your size of the PCB will be reduced while you are using the microcontroller. And next, if we can consider, then the microprocessor based system is flexible to design. As a designer's point of view, you can add anything which you want in microprocessor based system, while in microcontroller based system you will have limited flexibility because you have already provided some things on chip, so you have to generally use those things or those blocks you have already provided on the chip. Okay, and if we consider the next difference, then in microprocessor it has a single memory map for the data and code, or you can consider like you are using this simple single memory to store your data and code, whereas in microcontroller you can use different set of memory to storing data and code. And in last difference, we can say that in microprocessor you have used lesser number of pins which are having combined task, whereas in microcontroller you have more number of pins which has more than one function, or you can consider it as a malfunction. Okay, that means in microprocessor generally a pin has a specific task, whereas in microcontroller a single pin can have a more than one task. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the microprocessor and the microcontroller. If we consider the disadvantage of this microprocessor based system, then it can be given like this: the overall system cost will be high because we have to connect all other peripheral devices externally, so it will increase your cost. And the due to connecting externally, the size of the PCB required to assemble all of the component will be large. Okay, and if we consider the overall product design time, then it will be larger because you have to connect all of these things, you have to design all of these things externally, and then you have to connect this. And the physical size of the product will be also large, and the discrete components are used, so the system is not as reliable as you have that those things inbuilt. Okay, so reliability will be issue with the microprocessor based system. So these are the disadvantage of the microprocessor based system. To overcome this disadvantage and take the advantage of the processing unit, we can design the controller, or you can say microcontroller system based system. So these are the advantages of the microcontroller based system, like as the peripherals are integrated into a single chip, the overall system cost is very low. Okay, and the product is of smaller size as compared to microprocessor based system, and this systems design will require very less efforts to design further, or you can say expand further. Here peripherals are integrated with the microprocessor, and so that your system is more reliable as compared to microprocessor based system. And though the microcontroller may have inbuilt chip like for RAM and ROM and IO ports, but in addition to that, if you require larger size of memory or more IO ports, then you can connect them externally or interface them externally also. Okay, so this is one advantage. Okay, and on chip RAM here we have used that also provides these software security. So these are the basic advantage of the microcontroller based system. So here we are ending our today's session. If you have any query, then you can contact me.